The gate buzzed, then groaned open like it hated letting me go. "Jordan Mason," the guard said, handing me a plastic bag. "Property, ID, bus pass. That's it." I took the bag. "That all I get?" He shrugged. "You want a red carpet?" I stepped outside. Cold air slapped my face. First time I'd breathed free air in 5 years. It didn't feel better, just empty. No one was waiting. I looked around. No cars, no familiar faces, just a long stretch of road and silence. I pulled out my phone. Dead. I'd charged it last night in the common room, but batteries die when they want. Bus bench sat 30 feet away. I walked to it, slow, like I still had shackles on, plugged my phone into the portable charger Caleb mailed me 6 months ago. Screen lit up. One new text, from Talia. I tapped it open. "Talia, thanks for protecting me. I'm moving on. Please don't. Contact me again." I read it twice. That was it. 5 years of silence. 5 years of courtrooms, concrete, missed birthdays, and rotting dreams. And this is what she sends? I read it a third time. My thumb hovered over reply. "For you?" I lied. "To a judge, for you?" I forgot who I was. I didn't type any of that. I locked the phone and stared at the street. A man sat beside me. Old coat, bad teeth. He glanced over. "You just get out?" "Yeah." He nodded. "They always let us go when it's cold. Less heat on them if we freeze." I didn't laugh. "Got people waiting?" "No." He chuckled. "Same." His bus came. He got on. Gave me a half wave. I didn't wave back. I opened my bag. A wrinkled hoodie, a folded sheet of parole terms, a toothbrush, and a photo. Me and Talia. Summer. She was kissing my cheek, and I was smiling like I didn't know what betrayal tasted like. I shoved it back in the bag. Another text buzzed. "Caleb. Heard you're out. Need a ride?" I stared at it. He'd called twice last year. I didn't answer. He still reached out. "Me? Yeah. Bus stop across from State Gate." His reply came fast. "Caleb. Be there in 20. I exhaled. Not relief, not forgiveness, just something closer to breath. 20 minutes later, a beat-up truck pulled up. Caleb stepped out. "You look like hell." "Feel worse." He tossed me a water bottle. "Let's go." I climbed in, bag on my lap. We drove in silence for a while. He broke it. "She really texted you?" "Yeah." "What did she say?" I unlocked my phone, handed it to him. He read it. His jaw tightened. "She's poison." I didn't argue. She didn't visit once. Not one letter. "I know. You know you didn't have to take the fall, right?" "I did." "For what, man? Love?" "For silence." He shook his head. "You ever gonna tell the truth?" I stared out the window. "Not today." We pulled onto a quiet street. "You hungry?" "No." "Too bad." He stopped in front of a diner. "Pancakes fix trauma. It's science." I cracked a tiny smile. "I hate pancakes." He pointed. "Inside, now." I followed him in, the bell over the door ringing too loud. We sat in a booth. Waitress came. "2 coffees?" "Yeah," Caleb said. When she left, he leaned forward. "We can talk about what's next, or we can just sit." I looked at him. 5 years, 1 text. And this was the first time I didn't feel alone. "Let's just sit," I said. He nodded. "Good plan." The porch creaked under my boots. Same spot I sat on the night before I turned myself in. I knocked twice. The door opened. Aunt Rose stood there, eyes red, hands tight around a dish towel. "You look older," she said. "Feel older." She didn't move. Then slowly, she stepped aside. "Come in." I walked in. Same rug, same smell, lemon and dust. She closed the door behind me. "You hungry?" "No." "You should eat." I'm fine. She studied me like she could still read my thoughts. Do you still love her? I didn't answer. You do. She nodded once. That's okay. But don't stay there. I dropped my bag by the wall. She pointed to the couch. You can sleep there. Fresh blankets in the basket. Thanks. You want a shower? In a bit. She stood there, like she had more to say than didn't. I didn't think you'd open the door, I said. I thought about slamming it. I would have deserved it. No, she said quietly. You deserved better. But we don't always get what we deserve, do we? I sat on the couch. She walked into the kitchen. Cabinet doors opened, closed. The hum of the microwave filled the silence. I lied for her, I said, not looking up. I know. She said she'd fix it. She said a lot. She cried that night. She always could. She said, please, Jordan, just trust me, I'll fix it. And you believed her. I wanted to. She walked back in with a cup of tea, set it on the table. You always wanted to believe people. Was that wrong? No, she said. But it broke you. I stared at the steam rising from the mug. She moved on. She blocked you. Same thing. She sat in the chair across from me. You think she regrets it? I don't know. She will. Maybe not today, but someday. She's marrying someone else. Aunt Rose didn't flinch. And you're still breathing. That's a start. I thought she'd wait. She didn't. I lay back on the couch. The ceiling hadn't changed. That same crack above the fan. I used to stare at it as a kid when I couldn't sleep. You ever think about visiting her? She asked. No. You sure? I wouldn't know what to say. Maybe that's the point. I closed my eyes. The last night came flooding back. Talia pacing, crying, clutching that stupid drive like it would vanish if she squeezed hard enough. I messed up, she said. It's bad. They'll find out. Tell the truth. I can't. My career, my name, Jordan, please. Just take it. Say it was yours. I'll fix it. Will you? Yes, I swear. I opened my eyes. The ceiling crack was still there. I wasn't sure if I was glad or not. Aunt Rose stood up. You need anything? No. You're not alone. I hope you know that. I'm trying to. She turned off the light. Sleep. The house creaked as she walked away, and I stared at the ceiling, wondering when exactly love turned into silence. The cafe smelled like burnt beans and old memories. I sat near the back, hoodie up, eyes low. Still hiding, huh? Caleb slid into the booth across from me. You found me. Wasn't hard. Aunt Rose said you'd be here. She talked to you often? Only when she's mad. I smirked. So daily? He grinned. Pretty much. We sat in silence for a minute, then he said it. She's running a boutique now, Midtown. I didn't ask who. Talia, he added. I nodded once. He kept going. She's engaged. I stirred my coffee. To who? Some finance guy, Wes, wears suits even on weekends. Perfect. You okay? No. He tapped the table. Didn't think you would be. I stared at the spoon. Why are you telling me? Because ghosts don't disappear just because you close your eyes. You always talk like that? Only when I miss you. I looked at him. 5 years is a long time. He leaned forward. So let's not waste 6. I don't even know who I am out here. You're Jordan, same guy who used to quote bad movies in high school. That guy's dead. He leaned back. Then bring him back. Not that simple. No. But it starts somewhere. He pulled a paper from his coat. There's a guy who owns a used furniture store. Looking for help. Pays cash. I took it. Read the scribbled address. You trust him? Yeah. He's my uncle's neighbor. Great. Nepotism. Call it what you want. You need a shot. I folded the paper. Thanks. Caleb sipped his drink. I still think she's a coward. She's gone. Yeah, but she left a crater. You don't have to live in it. Where else am I supposed to go? He tapped his chest. Forward. I sighed. You sound like a therapist. He smirked. Been reading self-help books. You? Prison changes more than one life, man. I looked away. I don't know how to start over. You just did. Later that night, I sat on Aunt Rose's couch, laptop open, typed Talia Brooks. Boutique Midtown. Clicked the first link. There she was. Front page. Glossy photos. Smiling. Her hair was longer. Her eyes brighter. She looked honest. She used to. My phone buzzed while I was sweeping sawdust at the back of the store. Unknown number. I let it ring. Then it buzzed again. Same number. I answered. Jordan Mason? Who's asking? Detective. Gray. I froze. You retired. Still talk to ghosts? I leaned against the shelf. What do you want? I always had doubts. Never thought you'd pick up. Well, I did. You still covering for her? Not your business. It was, for 3 years, before they pulled me off. I rubbed my temple. Why are you calling now? We ran an audit on old evidence. Turns out the hard drive from your case, gone. Lost, purged. I exhaled. That drive had everything. I know. She made me hide it. I figured. Why didn't you say anything? I did. No one listened. You believe me now? I always did. But belief doesn't win courtrooms. Silence. Then he said, You sure you're done with her? What does that mean? She called last year. Said she feared for her safety. I scoffed. From me? I didn't believe her. She wanted a restraining order. Typical. Didn't stick. No proof of threat. She just wanted to erase me. Seems like it. I slid down the wall, sat on the floor. Why now? Because I saw the boutique ad. Saw her smile. And it pissed me off. Same. You ever think about clearing your name? Every day. Then why don't you? Because I don't. Want to live in her shadow anymore? That's not justice? No. But it's peace. He paused. You sound different. Prison'll do that. I read your letters, the ones we confiscated. You read those? All of them. Did they sound like a criminal? No. They sounded like a man who loved too hard. I swallowed. Yeah, I did. She's not done with you. I'm done with her. He sighed. If she ever slips, I'll call you. No. Don't. You sure? Yeah, I don't need to see her fall. Why? Because I already lived it. He didn't speak. Then, you ever need to talk, you've got my number. Why? Do you care? Because you were the one case I never forgot. I hung up before I could say thanks. My hands shook. First time in months. The bell over the door jingled as I walked in. Dust floated in the light like it had nowhere else to be. Mr. Lewin looked up from the counter. You're the guy Caleb sent? Yeah. Jordan. He pointed to a stack of boxes. Can you lift? Easily. Don't steal. Don't sleep on the job. And we're good. I nodded. Understood. Start now. That shelf's crooked. Fix it. I grabbed a screwdriver and got to work. 2 hours in, the front door rang again. She walked in. Light brown coat, ponytail, a book already in her hand. Hey, Lewin, she said. He grunted. Your brother still annoying? Always, she spotted me. You must be Jordan. Yeah, I'm Mila, Caleb's sister. I stood. Nice to meet you. You like books? They don't lie, she smiled. Neither do I. I didn't say anything, just nodded. Caleb said you're helping out here. Trying to. Looks like you're surviving it. I wiped my hands on my jeans. Trying to do that too. She stepped closer. looking at the shelf. Straight enough. Close enough. You look tired, she said. Prison'll do that. She didn't flinch. You want coffee? I blinked. Now? There's a cafe next door. Mr. Lewin looked up. Take a break. You've earned 10 minutes. I followed her outside. We sat by the window with paper cups in hand. So, she said, sipping, you gonna talk about it? No. Fair. You always this forward? Only with people who look like they need it. Do I? Yep. I looked at her. You're easy to talk to. I get that a lot. I don't say that a lot. She smiled again. I know. I took a breath. You ever wish people stopped asking what happened? All the time. But they still do. They always will. I stared at the steam rising from my cup. She asked, what did you miss most? Freedom. That's too big. Music in the car. That's better. What about you? I miss my dad. He passed 2 years ago. I'm sorry. Don't be. Just means you're not the only one carrying weight. I nodded slowly. Thanks for saying that. Don't thank me yet, she said. I haven't finished judging you. I laughed. Small. Quiet. She leaned forward. You gonna stay? In town? In this job? This place? This life? I looked through the window at the dusty shelves. I might. She grinned. Good. You're kind of interesting. Kind of? Don't push it. I wasn't looking for it. It popped up on my screen while I was checking job listings. Talia Brooks to wed Wesley Farron. This fall, there was a photo. She was smiling. White dress, perfect teeth, hand on his chest like he was her forever. I stared at it. Once, twice, a third time. I clicked print. The paper curled out of the machine like it didn't know what it was spitting out. I held it by the Then I lit a match. The flames took their time. The corner browned, curled. I dropped it in the sink, watched it burn. The words vanished first. Her smile took the longest. I turned off the light, put on my coat, and walked. The city buzzed, but I didn't hear it. My feet found their way without asking my head. Her boutique was still there. Midtown. Glass front, fake flowers in the window. I stopped across the street. She was inside. I saw her laugh, brushing her hair behind her ear like she used to when she lied. There was a man beside her. Tall, clean suit. I didn't know if it was Wes. She never looked up. She never saw me. And I didn't move. My phone buzzed. Mila, you okay? I stared at the screen, then another message. Mila, wanna come over for dinner? I typed back, yeah, please. The reply came fast. 7 p.m. I'll make pasta. I walked away. Didn't look back. By the time I got to her place, the sky had turned the color of old bruises. Mila opened the door in socks and a messy bun. You look tired, she said. I stood in front of her store. She see you? No. Did you want her to? I don't know. She stepped aside. You hungry? Starving. Her apartment smelled like garlic and something warm I couldn't name. Wine? She asked. Sure. We sat at her little table, 2 chairs, a flickering candle that probably wasn't meant to be romantic, but felt like it anyway. You okay? She asked. She's getting married. I know. You read it? Everyone did. She moved on. You didn't. I swirled the wine in my glass. I burned the article. Did it help? No, she twirled her fork. You want to talk about her? No. Good, because I'd rather talk about this pasta. I smirked. It's good. You sound surprised. I expected cereal? You're the worst guest? I'm your favorite guest, she grinned. Fair. We ate in quiet. She poured more wine. I leaned back. You ever love someone who made you feel invisible? Yes. What happened? He left. Why? Because I saw too much of him. I looked at her. That's a strange reason. Some people can't handle being known. I think I let her know too much. She used it. Every time. Mila took a sip. She can't touch you now. She doesn't need to. She already took everything. No, she said. You gave it to her. I nodded. Yeah, I did. But now, she said gently, you get to take it back. How? Start with this dinner. I looked around her place. Small, lived in, safe. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for coming. She smiled like she meant it. I smiled back. This time it didn't hurt. Mila handed me a bowl of ice cream and sat across from me on the floor. No table? I like sitting on the ground, she said. Makes people talk more. Is that a fact? It's my theory. Now talk. About what? Jasper. You mentioned him once. I stared at my spoon. He was my cellmate. You close? Yeah. As close as you can be when the walls are concrete. What happened to him? He died. She blinked. How? Stabbed. Oh. Over toothpaste. Jesus, I nodded. Some guy thought he stole it. Jasper didn't. But it didn't matter. She didn't speak. He wanted to be a writer, I said. Used to read me pages at night, fantasy stuff, knights and swords. He had dreams, and he died over toothpaste. Yeah. She reached across the carpet. I'm sorry. He told me once I was stupid for protecting someone who wouldn't even visit. Was he right? I looked up. Yeah. Tell me. I took a breath. Talia came to me crying. She was scared, said she made a mistake, said it would ruin everything if it came out. What was it? She skimmed from her company, covered it with fake invoices. I told her to return the money, come clean. She said she couldn't. So she handed it to you. She begged, said if I took the blame, she'd fix it later, make it right. Said she loved me, and you believed her. I wanted to. What did you tell the cops? That I hacked the database, transferred funds, falsified records, and she just disappeared? She gave a statement, said she had no idea what I was doing, said I was under stress, that she tried to help me stop. That's cold. I nodded. She visited once, month 2, said she was working on an appeal. And after that, silence, until the text. Mila didn't move, didn't look away. You think I'm pathetic? I asked. No. Really? I think you're a survivor. I feel like a fool. You were in love. There's no crime in that. There is when it cost you 5 years. She set her bowl down. That wasn't love, Jordan. Then what was it? Manipulation dressed as a promise. I stared at her. Love doesn't ask you to destroy yourself, she said. It doesn't vanish when it's inconvenient. My throat felt tight. I keep replaying it, wondering when the lie started. You'll drive yourself insane doing that. I already did. She leaned closer. You told the truth tonight. That's more than she ever did. I don't feel better. You're not supposed to. Not yet. Silence settled between us, but it wasn't heavy. It was real. I was walking back from the store, bag of coffee in one hand, when I heard my name. Jordan. I turned. Darius. Dark jacket, clipboard under his arm. Always looked like he was halfway between a warning and a lesson. Didn't expect to see you on this side of town, he said. Didn't expect to be here. He smirked. You working? Bookshop. It's quiet. Quiet's good. We stood on the corner. Cars passed, horns in the distance. You hear about Midtown last night? He asked. No. Someone broke into that fancy boutique. Front, window smashed, stuff taken. I didn't blink. Talia's store? He nodded. I shifted the bag in my hand. Insurance will cover it. Maybe. Depends what they find. What do you mean? He lowered his voice. There's talk about her financials, internal audit, someone flagged irregular spending. I raised an eyebrow. Karma with a clipboard? Something like that. Anyone looking at her personally? Too early to say. But people have long memories. I smiled. So do cameras. He chuckled. You always this calm? I'm tired. He nodded. Fair. I don't want revenge. Then what do you want? Distance. He watched me for a beat. You're doing better than most. I'm not doing anything. Exactly. That's better than swinging. Back. He glanced at his watch. I'll let you go. Just keep walking forward. That's the plan. He patted my shoulder. If anything comes down officially, you'll hear it. Otherwise, stay clear. Thanks, Darius. Don't thank me, just keep breathing. He walked off. I turned the corner and called Caleb. He picked up on the second ring. Hey, what's up? You hear about Talia's shop? Oh yeah, it's everywhere. Someone live-streamed it. Seriously? Yeah. Broken glass, police, tape, the works. Any suspects? None. Yet. I paused. Darius said they're checking her finances. Caleb whistled. That was fast. You think it's real? Wouldn't surprise me. She always had backup plans. She tried to call me last night. You answer? No. Good. I didn't want to hear her voice. You okay? Oddly. She's unraveling. I'm not cheering. I didn't say you were. Just watching. Caleb exhaled. Feels full circle. Yeah, he was quiet for a moment. Then, Wes found out. I stopped walking. How? Someone sent him screenshots, messages, old threads from her email. He call it off? Yeah. Called her a liar in front of her staff, walked out. I rubbed my jaw. Guess the wedding's off. Guess so. She'll blame me. She'll blame everyone but herself. Sounds like her. He cleared his throat. Mila asked about you. Oh? Wants to know if you're still coming for dinner Friday. I am. Good. You need real things. Yeah. We hung up. I reached the apartment and climbed the stairs. Inside, I put the coffee down and sat on the floor. No noise, no drama, just the quiet ticking of karma doing its job. I was restocking the poetry section when Mr. Lewin walked up, waving something in his hand. You dropped this? I turned. What is it? He held out a Polaroid. Found it near the register. I took it. Me, Mila, and Caleb, sitting on the bookstore steps, coffee cups in hand, all of us laughing. I smiled. Didn't even know someone took this. Your girl did. Said it was a moment worth freezing. She's not my... yet. He walked off. I slipped the photo into my wallet. Between the bills and the nothing I used to carry, felt right there. Later, I was digging through my nightstand drawer, looking for a charger, when I found the envelope. Old. Creased. The letter I wrote Talia from inside. I stared at it. Opened it. I forgive you. I believe you'll make this right. I love you still. I read the words like someone else wrote them. Then I tore the paper in half, then again and again. Tiny pieces scattered across the desk like broken promises. I didn't save a single scrap. I stood, grabbed my coat, and walked outside. The morning air wrapped around me, cool, quiet, clean. Mila texted, "Lunch?" I replied, "Pick the place." Another message buzzed. Caleb. That photo made it to Mom's fridge. I laughed. Out loud this time, I passed the old bus stop, the one where I read her goodbye text. I didn't stop, didn't flinch, I just kept walking. Because that part of me, it's done. And I'm finally moving forward.